Gee, Ike and Tina Turner, I can't believe it.
Well, I can't believe it. I've been watching you for a long time, and I said, I wonder why we never did this show.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's funny. So I came downstairs when you were rehearsing, and one of the guys in your group, who's a guy in a black suit, he stands back in the wings there.
McBride.
Oh, McBride.
Yeah. And I thought, gee, I hope they like me as much as I like them. And I went up to him and I said, is everything okay? And he said, are you with the electric department here? And I said, no, I'm not, but I could find somebody who is. There was a cord there.
Oh,
But,
I see.
yeah, but then I think he still doesn't know. He's back there wondering why an electrician is out here doing the show. But it's nice to see you.
Thank you.
Ike and Tina Turner. You realize your initials started a scandal in the administration, ITT?
ITT, yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Oh. See, I got to do something to keep ahead of you. Who influenced you most, other than the obvious influence of Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy? On your...
Well, let's see.
Is there anybody you can point to that you listened to as a kid and wanted to sound like?
Oh, yeah. Ray Charles, Sam Cooke. I never sort of wanted to be, real feminine.
Yeah.
Like the girls singers and all. I sort of wanted to, really.
Well,
because when I started singing, Ike had, mostly male singers, and I wanted to sound like they sound. So, I've been singing all my life, but when I started singing with him, I wanted to sound like them, and then with liking Ray Charles and all, I just sort of went right along. I never have had a lot of female favorites.
That's interesting, yeah. And she wanted to punch like a man, and all the women want to be men these days. What do you make of that, Ike?
I didn't say I wanted to be a man.
No, I didn't say that. I'm sorry, I put words in your mouth. And is it true that your real names are Maurice and Samantha Fleischman, and that you changed them to... Huh?
Of course not. My name is Tina.
I'm just checking all these rumors out. I didn't know. But you did teach Mick Jagger to dance, I read in a Rolling Stone interview, and they wouldn't print anything but the truth.
Well, I did. Now, some of the songs, I actually... the truth?
Yeah.
No, not all the truth. Not Rolling Stone. Anyway, back to Mick.
Okay.
In the beginning, when we first worked with him overseas, in '66, I used to watch him standing in the wings, and I didn't know why, why he was looking. And then I started watching him. He was just doing the tambourine thing at first, just beating on the floor with the tambourine. He'd tear up one, and he'd get another one. And so when he came to the States, and we worked with him, here he was all over the stage, and I said, aha, now I know what he was doing. So then after that, he'd come to the dressing room, and I'd say, the popcorn is out, Mick, can you do it? And his coordination, his rhythm was really off, So he'd try to do it, he'd bounce around. He said, well, I can't do that one. I just sort of do it my own way, But,
so you noticed the influence there, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Who settles an argument if you...
Well, there you see.
I notice how after every single question, she looks at Ike first.
Things are not always the way they look,
No.
Now, I always
just
do the
noticed
talking.
That Ike's kind of quiet.
Yeah, Ike is very bashful when the lights are on, and...
If he wasn't, he is now that you said that.
Well, I'm Sagittarius, I'm always blowing it. But anyway, when Ike gets before an audience, and all of a sudden he's aware that the microphone is on, he actually frees up. Like when he's in the recording studio, he turns out the lights in the control room. He has one of the musicians to record him. Nobody else can be in. You can be in because he can't stand for all this attention to be directly on him. But on the other hand, Ike's the one that does all of the ruling around, the talking, the whole thing. He's the whole thing.
But in public, he's like this.
Yeah, because he can't get it together. It takes him
Be honest, what do y'all think is going through Ike's mind right now?
It takes him a long time to get, really wound up. But once you get him stirred up, you can't stop him. He just goes on and on and on. You can't get a word in.
You're a little like Arthur and Catherine Murray. In that
Oh, really?
I'm the only one who notices it, but I just... and one thing I did want to check with you, and I want you to perform again, but if you will, at these rates, is... They say there's tremendous discipline among the Ikettes. Those are the girls called the Ikettes. Is this true that they get fined $10 for giggling on stage, and that you're really like a sergeant with them? And
no, they don't get fined for giggling on stage. But
that's another myth then that
at times when I'm serious, But see, I can't control Ike and the musicians. Ike's just really cutting up back there sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
I'm seriously singing a song almost in tears, and he's back there jabbing, having them to laugh. But I don't like when Ike gets to laugh because they're right out there with me, and they're sort of representing me, you know, and then they're all
Yeah.
sniggling and everything. It just throws the whole thing off, you know. But, you know, like, you can't tell Ike what to do. But you know, they do have fines
Yeah.
for things like...
You do have fines.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not- okay.
they do. They,
Yeah.
for instance, like, here's some of the girls that sort of tacky. They don't like to really do their hair. You know, they
Yeah.
say, well, it's enough of a curl in it, I can go on. Or, you know, they have a tendency to want to look great in the street. They don't want to put forth any efforts to the stage wear. So you have to really stay on them all the time about little things that they really need. And so little things like that is what I really get them for. But
I
other
see.
than that...
So you are a disciplinarian.
If you look at Ike, I promise you, it's like you could see the signs were already there.
Ike? Are you glad to be here?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to get a chance to talk.
This video raises questions, and I need for you to be extremely honest in the comments when answering them. And just so you know, I have 2 questions. Number 1, do you consider yourself a fan of Tina Turner's? And number 2, what's your favorite song of hers? Now please be honest in the comments when answering these questions. Share this video with anyone you deem necessary, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.